racing in company with, as they turn on in, Havana Jack. More of My Love is also right towards the tail end of the field as they swing on into the home straight. Lilbitluso coming very wide here, possibly looking for slightly fresher ground, with over to the inside Hardy Oscar now about 3 lengths adrift, and had the rider hailing a cab that time. Becoming increasingly stretched out, a good 25 lengths or so now between first to last, and it's at this point of the race, this early on, where Lilbitluso is allowed to stride on into a fairly clear lead. Continues to jump a little bit out to the right, but safely out over that. Watching the rest of them cross it, all landing safely. Again, Prince of Ivor doesn't get too high. Lilbitluso flies out over the next, about 5 or 6 lengths ahead. So in second place, Hardy Oscar. As they come up past us now, with a circuit left to go. Balabrace has improved to go into third, and then Moya Combe, who's 2 lengths away from Mickey Miller. Then over towards the inside is Brave-Hearted Harry, who keeps company with According to Dan. And then working back to Uppercut de Lawn with Havana Jack following these. And then a long gap developing back to the other 2, Prince of Ivor and More of My Love, who's never really gone the pace, but about to improve past Prince of Ivor as they gallop out onto the final circuit. It's now a 12-length lead held by Lilbitluso, who heads towards the first fence going out onto the final circuit. Gill and Crow, Lilbitluso over that clear to Balabrace, who barely took off but managed to find a leg, is in second place. Hardy Oscar is back in third, and then a gap back to Moya Combe along the inside of Mickey Miller as Lilbitluso comes towards the next fence along this part, and again just shifts out to the right, but over it safely. Hardy Oscar took a bit of a liberty with that one. All still going, including the last 2 who race on tailed off. Heading on now towards the next fence. This is number 12 and 18. Lilbitluso through the top of that. Lead back down to about 7 lengths only to Hardy Oscar and Balabrace. And then a gap of a further 8 lengths to Moya Combe, Mickey Miller, with over to their inside, According to Dan, looking to improve his position. Working back then to Uppercut de Lawn, who races 3/4 of a length ahead of Brave-Hearted Harry. And then Havana Jack and More of My Love pulling up at the back end of the field means that Prince of Ivor is now a very long last. Meanwhile, all of the others take the first fence going down the far side of the track within their stride. But the leader, already coming to the last of the ditches, Lilbitluso, again doesn't jump it too well, but over by about 5 or 6 lengths. A mistake well back there by Havana Jack, and Prince of Ivor coming into it hopelessly tailed off now. But in splendid isolation at the moment is Lilbitluso, in the hands of Gill and Crow. Rather took the race by the scruff of the neck in the home straight on the opening circuit, and now he's looking to hang on over these last 5 furlongs. About 7 lengths adrift in second place is Balabrace, who's not giving up the chase, rightly so, and that one in turn is a little way ahead over Mickey Miller, and then Uppercut de Lawn as the leader, Lilbitluso, gets out over 4 from home, clear of Balabrace, and then Mickey Miller from along the inside, According to Dan, who's picking up places one by one, then Uppercut de Lawn, further back then to find Brave-Hearted Harry. And that one now ahead of Hardy Oscar, who's got tired, as has Moya Combe. But they are strung out here in behind Lilbitluso, who, if he can take these final 3 fences, could well be set to follow up that bloodless win at Cottenham from a few weeks ago. He's travelling well here, again comes to the wide outside of the track. Lilbitluso then into the wings of 3 out. Gets over it safely enough. He's now the best part of 30 lengths ahead as they are now on the approach towards the second last. Lilbitluso, Gill and Crow well clear. Races on for second, Balabrace. With over towards that one's inside, Brave-Hearted Harry staying on. The leader is up and over 2 out. Brave-Hearted Harry with According to Dan now up into third place. Further back to Balabrace, who's now weakening. And then Hardy Oscar. But meanwhile, the spotlight is on Lilbitluso, who gets over the final fence safely. And the race is his. Back in second place on taking that fence, Brave-Hearted Harry, within third on crossing it, According to Dan. But up towards the line they come. It is Lilbitluso, won't win by quite as far as he did last time out, but he's won just as well, and he's won by a long way in the end, about 10 or 12 lengths up at the line, eased down.